everyone! Welcome to the next episode of I Love You, Colonel Sanders. In the last episode, we actually went to his private hideaway. I'm guessing that's his house. It was very different from what I thought it would be. It was this beautiful cabin on a lake, and we learned a lot about him. I still don't really trust him because I think he might be stealing our coleslaw recipe from us. And he did kill somebody. Who knows what he's going to do next? We'll get started right away. Let's just dive right in. We spent the night at his hideaway, actually. Okay, well, we awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. This is scary. So apparently whatever decision we made last night is going to affect the game. I think what they're talking about here was when we decided to tell Colonel Sanders that we put on his coat because we were cold. And we had other options, of course. We could have told him our feelings right away, I think make a move. Or I think we could have lied about something else. I forget what. But we chose to tell him that we were just feeling cold. So we'll see what happens. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. Ugh. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Did we learn about a new secret ingredient? I'm forgetting now. In some jurisdictions, blank isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? See, this guy, Colonel Sanders, he's a little bit sketchy. I don't know about him. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. What's he made us? Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. Here, meticulous. Meticulous means perfect. He was very careful with everything he did while cooking it. Oh, I'm hungry. Why do I always make these videos during lunchtime? You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? Whoa! How presumptuous. So let's practice this word. Presumptuous. Presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Wait, so he's saying that we don't work as a team, but I work as his taste tester? I don't like this. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? So we can either take him down a peg, which is a phrase that means take down his confidence, lower his confidence, maybe say something kind of mean to make him think he's not so great, or flatter him, which is the opposite, make him feel really good, make him feel more confident than he already is. This is a big decision. I'm really getting annoyed with him because he's acting like his food is better than ours, he's stealing our side dish. I think I want to take him down a peg. Let's see. It's good, but my mom made better. Colonel Sanders' expression grows serious. Did your little jab land too hard? Here, jab, we use it to mean like a poke. So I'm jabbing him, but emotionally, I'm being a little mean. Colonel, I know what you're going to say. I need to be better if I'm going to leave my mark on this world. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. Oh God. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Okay, I think we're still okay. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. It's so overdramatic. So on the verge of tears means close to tears. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Yay, Miriam is here. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. So this phrase, up to speed, means update or tell somebody what has been happening. And saga is a sort of dramatic word for story. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. So she's going out with a robot. There are just so many questions about ethics and the future of humanity and society in general. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. So we use this expression, long story short, when we want to get to the end of the story, summarize it, and make our point. Spiral out of control. So as you can see on the screen, you have a spiral. If you're spiraling out of control, it means the situation is getting worse and worse. Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? That's a really good question. Has anybody been skydiving before? What's it like? It looks terrifying. I don't know if I could do it. And now I'm not really sure where we stand. Where we stand means what is happening in our relationship. Are we together? Are we not together? Is it in between? You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. We never say wowzers. Never. It's ridiculous. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. Okay. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. Aww. After a short argument, you both agreed to go your separate ways. Go your separate ways means you don't talk to each other anymore and you stop being friends. I don't want to stop being friends with Miriam over some guy, especially Colonel Sanders. But maybe if it was Professor Dog. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, although he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Hee. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school? There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school. But who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, alien unicorn, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. It doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Alien Unicorn, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Alien Unicorn. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel? I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. Wait, but I didn't even make any choices here. The game just led me into just automatically being mean to Ashley. I didn't choose that, and now suddenly the Colonel is going off with her. That's annoying. See you inside, Alien Unicorn. Maybe the game is doing this on purpose to make me as a player annoyed. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's that book! It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. Oh, I'm glad we're talking to Miriam again. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. Here, the word cast, it's talking about casting a spell or making a spell happen. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. Ooh, I want to forget about him completely? That's pretty harsh. I agree with Miriam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Oh my gosh. It's drastic, but what if we did? If we forget about him though, wouldn't we technically lose the game? At the same time, I have The Sims 4 Discover University waiting for us to play. And I really want to play it. Oh, this is such a difficult decision. I don't know. I don't know what to do. You begin to recite the spell, but you stumble on the words. And the only effect it seems to have is to make you forget what it is you were doing. Oh right, after looking at the page again, it comes rushing back to you. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Something about this moment feels very familiar. Should we try it one more time? Let's just do it. Okay, the same thing happens. Ugh, okay, don't do it after all. We'll keep going. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. Yay, we get to see Sprinkles again. Okay, I'm glad the game didn't end because I would have not gotten to see Professor Dog, and he's my favorite. He's so cute. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you, it's nothing to be afraid of. A dog moment? Oh, what's he gonna do? His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. I want to give him something. I'm gonna do it. You reach into your backpack and grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. Oof. I apologize for the outburst. Oh, he looks all embarrassed. I know it seems cliche, but not much in this world satisfies like ungraded work. My, alien unicorn, were you studying something with cinnamon? How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, alien unicorn, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. Here, she's saying save it to mean don't talk about this right now. Let's not argue right now. Let's wait until after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. Whirr. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan. J and J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. So here she's saying that the three people are going to hold hands to make a triangle as they fall through the sky or descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzz, bzz. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Beep! Whirr! Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Oh, Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep! No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. That's disgusting. In terms of deep-friend footwear, I guess it looks okay. Oh, there's a mistake. Do you see it? I'll give you a minute. See it now? Deep friend. I don't think it was meant to be a pun here. I think it's an actual mistake, and the writer meant to do deep fried. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. So here, something going down is a phrase to mean something big or important happening. Nothing like a loud public breakout to cast a pal over the final day of school. So we don't normally use this word pal or cast a pal, but it basically means to make things kind of depressing or gray or sad. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition, showdown, challenge, exam. Telemarketed. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. Oh my gosh, this is it, guys. I think we're finally gonna have our final test. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Aw, what about Sprinkles? Oh, yay, it's Miriam. That's okay. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. That's hardcore, Miriam. Really hardcore. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. Hesitate means stops or pauses. She's not sure. You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. Oh, I'm glad we made up. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup, and I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Alien Unicorn's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Okay, I think we're going to end it right here. I know it's a bit of a cliffhanger. We're right at the end of the entire game, and we're going to have our big competition in the next episode, and we're going to see what happens with us and Colonel Sanders. So it's a big deal, and that means that if you want to see more, hit subscribe below, hit like, leave a comment to tell me what you think about the game so far and what you think we should try to do to either win Colonel Sanders' heart or maybe do something for ourselves. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye!